there was a big, like huge turbulence going on, and people were actually screaming several times. Actually, I was the only one not screaming. That was pretty intense. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna be reacting to the 10 most terrifying flights for passengers. Me personally, I don't have fear of flying. Fortunately, the planes that I flew with never crashed. To be honest, I never think about the plane actually crashing when I'm sitting in an airplane. And due to several statistics, the chance is pretty low that you actually crash. It's actually way lower than having a car accident. Now, before we get into this video, can we just smash that like button down below? So as always, let's just set a like goal. Let's go for 20 likes. I think this is possible. But now, without further ado, let's just get straight into the video.
Air travel is no doubt safer than driving a car,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
that doesn't
said.
mean that there aren't mishaps. From hijackers to birds to mechanical failure, here are 10 most terrifying flights. Before we take off, get the latest on the richest by hitting that subscribe button. United Airlines Flight 840. United Airlines Flight 840 was heading to Los Angeles, California from Sydney, Australia. The plane was in the air for about 30 minutes when several birds got caught in both engines. The plane had to turn around and ended up heading back to Sydney. The plane circled over the ocean for 45 minutes to burn fuel. Meanwhile, passengers prayed that nothing more would happen. Southwest Flight 3472. In August 2016, Southwest Airlines Flight 3472 had a terrifying situation. One of the engines failed and threatened everyone on board. According to passengers, there was a big explosion during the flight. The plane started to shake and breathing masks were deployed. Luckily, none of the passengers were
Sorry for me
injured,
being that
but the
silent,
plane
but
had
it's
damage
just
to one side and
really
the damaged
unbelievable.
engine was lost.
I mean, you hear it all the time on the
Egypt Air
news, but
Flight 181. On March 29, 2016,
you never think that it's gonna
an
happen
Egyptian man
to
named
you.
Saif Eddin Mustafa hijacked Egypt Air
And that's
Flight
not also with
181.
that's not only
He
with plane
accomplished this
crashes.
with a fake suicide belt. The plane was traveling from Alexandria to Cairo with 72 passengers and crew members. Luckily, everyone aboard was safely released. When asked why he hijacked the plane, Mustafa said he did it to underscore the wrongs of Egypt's military-backed government. United Airlines Flight 880. United Airlines Flight 880 was heading to London Heathrow from Houston, Texas, when trouble occurred. About 3 hours into the flight, the plane experienced severe turbulence and bumped, and then dropped again. According to passengers, most were asleep at the time and didn't have their seatbelts on. The flight was diverted to an airport in Shannon, Ireland, and 12 passengers had to go to the hospital.
Wow. Oh my God.
PSA Flight 182. On September 25, 1978, Pacific Southwest Airlines Flight 182 was heading to San Diego, California from Sacramento. As the plane was descending to land in San Diego, it collided with a small Cessna plane. The collision caused both planes to crash in a nearby neighborhood. All on board both flights were killed, plus people on the ground.
Okay, so in this video, it also
144
concludes
people
actual
were
crashes.
killed, making the accident one of the deadliest plane crashes in California history. United Airlines
This is so
Flight
insane. I mean, just
6176.
imagine this happening to
In January
you.
2017, United Airlines Flight
crazy.
6176 was forced to make an emergency landing at Nashville International Airport after a terrifying incident involving a fire. The plane had taken off from Washington Dulles when the crew received a fire warning for the right engine, along with a possible fuel
I mean, this all seems
the
like a
plane was able
movie
to land safely while firefighters
or like a
put out
fiction,
the blazing
but it's
engine.
actually real. It actually
Air
happens.
Horizont.
And
A Boeing 737-430 for Air Horizont made a terrifying landing as it got caught.
I mean,
in
everybody
some
knows
intense
about these
winds.
plane crashes,
as the
but
plane attempted
when
to
you think
land,
about it, it's
started
actually
barreling side to side. You can see the wings skim the ground
so
as the
terrifying.
plane went back into the air to try again. Luckily, the plane was able to make a more stable landing.
That's good.
Air Canada Flight 624. In March 2015, Air Canada Flight 624 was heading from Toronto to Halifax where there was a big snowstorm. The plane landed short of the runway and crashed. The plane was severely damaged and power to the airport went out. Out of the 138 passengers and crew members on board, 23 were injured, but luckily everyone survived.
That's really good.
Southern Airways Flight 932. On November 14, 1970, Southern Airways Flight 932 was transporting the Marshall University football team back to the Tri-State Airport. As the plane descended onto the runway, it collided with the tops of some trees on the hillside and crashed, killing all 75 on board.
That's so
The process
crazy.
of rebuilding the football team was made into a film starring Matthew McConaughey titled
I
We
can't
Are
even
Marshall.
imagine
Delta Flight 1889.
what it would be when this happened to me.
In August 2015, Delta Flight 1889 was flying from Boston and heading to Salt Lake City. While flying through Nebraska, the plane flew through a thunderstorm. The flight had to make an emergency landing in Denver because hail had shattered the windshield, making the pilots unable to see. Luckily, the flight was able to land safely. Have you ever had a scary experience on an airplane? Leave us a comment down below and share your story.
I had actually.
Don't forget to check out our channel daily for more incredible videos. Thank you for watching.
Okay. That was actually really terrifying. So, I mean, through this video, I'm really not more afraid than I was before. I mean, in everything you do, there's a small potential of danger. And yeah, this is pretty much why I'm not afraid of flying. But I totally understand the people who actually are really scared of sitting in an airplane or flying with it. Like, I want to be more hyped in this video, but these stories are actually kind of sad, so I'm keeping my mood kind of down. So yeah, in the last few seconds, there was a question whether we experienced or I experienced, well, a similar happening. And well, I never experienced a plane crash, but pretty often there were turbulences. And one time there was a big, like huge turbulence going on, and people were actually screaming several times. Actually, I was the only one not screaming. That was pretty intense. I mean, of course, it wasn't fun for me. I actually got a bit scared. But because this was really like super intense. I mean, you're flying with like 700 kilometers an hour, like minimum, and well, when you drop, I mean, it feels like maybe 5 to 10 meters, but it's actually like a several hundred meters that you drop in these, well, 1 second maybe or 2 seconds. So it kind of felt like an extreme roller coaster, although I never been on an extreme roller coaster. But that's what I imagine it to be. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you think about that whole topic. Have you ever experienced a plane crash or something similar? If you enjoyed that whole video, then be sure to smash that like button down below. Don't forget the like goal, 20 likes. I think we can hit it, guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. Have an amazing day. Stay happy. And see you guys next time.